Today on Hot Thai Kitchen, we are making Panang curry. Sawadee welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. Today we're going to make a very popular curry called Panang curry. Now last week we made a Panang curry paste from scratch. If you missed that video, the link will be at the end of this video and also in the description of this video. And then today we're going to actually turn this paste that we just made into the actual curry. So it's such a simple curry, so I'm just going to go through all the ingredients and then over to the stove and then it's done. Oh, and you might be wondering, I always give you a Thai lesson, what does Panang mean? Panang doesn't actually have any sort of meaning in Thai language, it's a name. I'm sure there's a history to the word. If you know what it is, please share it with me on our Facebook. Alright, so let's look at our ingredients. So we've got 1/4 cup of the curry paste that we just made. If you're using store-bought curry paste, you probably need a little bit less because they usually have a more concentrated consistency, not as liquidy as ours. And then we've got coconut milk that's separated into actually 3 parts. 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, and then 2 tablespoons of coconut milk for garnish. And you'll see why 3 separate measurements in a second. Other than that, we have, of course, our pork. We're doing Panang hmu or Panang pork today because that's the most common type, and you can make Panang with just about anything, really. We've got 8 ounces of pork tenderloin that I've sliced thinly into bite-sized pieces. Okay, and you can use, I'm using tenderloin because it's tender, but you can use other types of pork if you'd like, or chicken. And I have 1.5 teaspoons of fish sauce. Again, this is an estimate. If you're using store-bought paste, it's probably going to be a little bit saltier and you may need less. And I also have kaffir lime leaves, which is very, very important to this dish. It's not a Panang if you don't have kaffir lime leaves. I have about 5. 3 I'm going to tear into chunks like this. These have actually been frozen. And this we're going to throw into our curry. The stems you can toss. Okay. And then, well, I guess I'll tear this one too. So that we're going to throw into our curry. And then these ones I'm going to finely julienne for garnish. And I'm removing the stem. You don't have to, but it just makes it a little bit easier to eat. Just pull out the stem. And then you're going to finely julienne it, as fine as you can. I'm going to roll this up into a cigarette type thing. Remove that. And then we're going to really finely slice it. When you think you can't go any finer, go a little finer. It'll be really pretty, trust me, if you really put an effort into making this very thin. If you have fresh lime leaves, it'll be a little easier. Mine is actually previously frozen, so it's a bit wet, but it's all right, it's all good. Okay, so we're gonna keep that for our garnish. Okay, see how pretty that is? For our garnish, okay? And I also have a couple of slices of spur chilies or prik chi fa. That's also just going to be for garnish as well. Okay, and you can use red bell pepper or anything red will do. And that is it. That's all our ingredients. So let's go to the stove and cook this stuff. So normally in my other curry videos, I always start out with rendering the coconut milk so that it separates oil, then use that oil to saute the curry paste. Now, a lot of you have told me that, I can't find the kind of coconut that separates. My coconut doesn't separate. What do I do? Here's what you do. I'm going to show you an alternative way to do it. So you start out with some vegetable oil in your pan, and then you saute your curry paste in it. Okay. And when you saute curry paste, you don't have to wait for the oil to get hot before you add it. It can heat up together with the oil. There are 2 benefits to that. The paste will be, you'll have more time to sort of separate the paste because the paste does get a little bit, it almost coagulates a little bit as it heats up. And also, you don't have the risk of overheating the pan and then instantly burning your curry paste. So this is our homemade paste, so it's a little bit chunkier than store-bought paste. So you just want to do this until the curry paste is dried up, or if it starts to stick, or if it starts to kind of coagulate. Okay, so now the paste is getting a little bit dry. You're gonna add, and in a non-stick pan, it'll actually start to stick to the bottom a little bit, and then you're gonna add about 1/4 cup of coconut milk. And then you're gonna cook this until the coconut milk dries up. And this will actually help some types of coconut milk separate more easily. The added oil in the beginning will kind of help shift the equilibrium, I guess, of the coconut milk and make it separate more easily. And you're just gonna keep cooking it until it dries up again. And then at this point, you're also going to add your lime leaves, which I almost forgot to add. The oil is starting to separate already. You can start to see the little bubbles around here starting to come out of the paste. All right, at this point, the oil has somewhat separated. It's dried up again. We're going in with our pork. And then you're just going to toss the pork together with the paste quickly. And then once it's kind of tossed up together to get it all covered, then you add the rest of your coconut milk. Your fish sauce. And then I forgot to mention a little bit of sugar. I'm going to do about a teaspoon. And then we can always taste and adjust from there. Teaspoon and a half, I think, actually. Okay. You can also do palm sugar if you like. That would be the more traditional way, but the sugar is right here, so I'm cheating a little. And then now you're just gonna finish cooking the pork, and you're almost done. Yay! Okay. I think the pork looks done now, so we're going to take this over there and plate it. All right, we're gonna come over here. Now, Panang is a curry that's actually not very soupy, so it's the driest of all curry. We even have a Thai word for that. It's called kluk klik, which means not too much sauce, but a little bit of sauce, you know, just enough. Okay. So Panang has some, let's see, traditional garnish that always goes with it. Let's see. All right. Which is a little bit of fresh coconut milk just to go on top. The kaffir lime leaf that we cut earlier. And some prik chifa or spur chilies to finish it off. And that is our Panang curry. Panang is no good eaten by itself, always with some jasmine rice. And if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe to the channel. And for the full written recipe of all this, you can visit hotthaikitchen.com. And I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal.